What if I told you that everything you've been taught about money, saving, spending, and even investing is only half the story? There's a reason most people struggle financially, and it's not because they aren't working hard enough. It's because they don't know the unspoken rules of money, the ones that the wealthy people play by. Today, I'm going to pull back the curtain and reveal the harsh money truths that no one talks about. And trust me, number 5 is going to completely change how you think about finances. Hi, I'm Greg Hardy, and welcome back to the channel where we talk about all things personal finance, investing, and building a financially secure future. If you're passionate about taking control of your finances and learning something new every week, subscribing is the best way to stay connected. One click helps grow this community and brings this knowledge to others who need it. Thank you. For years, we've been told that saving money is the key to financial security. But here's the hard truth. Saving alone is not going to make you rich. Don't get me wrong though, saving is important. You need an emergency fund and a cushion for life's surprises. But if all you're doing is stashing cash in a savings account, you're actually losing money over time. Why? Because of inflation. Every year, the cost of living rises and the value of your savings shrinks. Even high-yield savings account can't keep up with inflation in the long run. So, while saving keeps your money safe, it doesn't help it grow. If you want to build real wealth, you have to make your money work for you, and that means investing. Whether it's through index funds, real estate, or dividend stocks. Investing allows your money to multiply over time through compounding growth. So imagine this. You save $10,000 and leave it in a savings account earning 1.5% interest in a year. You'll make $150 on that money. But if you invest that same $10,000 in an index fund with an average 8% return, you're looking at $800 in growth. And that growth is going to compound year after year. The difference over time is life-changing. The bottom line is this. If your money isn't earning more money, you're falling behind. Saving is just the starting point. Once you've got your emergency fund in place, it's time to shift your focus from just protecting your money to growing it. That's how you stop trading time for money and start building wealth that works for you. Now, we've been told that debt is dangerous, and in many cases that is true. High interest credit cards, payday loans, and car payments can trap you in a cycle of debt that's pretty hard to escape. But here's what most people don't realize. Debt isn't always bad. In fact, wealthy people use debt as a tool to build wealth. The difference? They use debt strategically. Instead of borrowing to buy things that lose value like cars, clothes, vacations, or boats, they borrow at low interest rates to invest in income-producing assets. Think rental properties or businesses. They are the things that put money back in their pockets. So let's break that down a little bit further. Imagine you take out a loan to buy a rental property. The mortgage rate is 7%. But the property earns you 10% return through rental income and appreciation. You're using other people's money to make money. And that's how the wealthy people get ahead. Now compare that to credit card debt with a 20% interest rate, where your balance grows faster than you can even pay it off. See the difference? It's not the debt itself that's the problem. It's how you use and manage it. So it's time for a mindset shift. Debt isn't the enemy. Mismanaged debt is. When used wisely, debt is going to help you grow your wealth faster than saving alone ever could. The key is understanding the difference between bad debt, like high interest debt and consumer debt, and good debt, like leveraging real estate or investing in your own business. Learn to use debt as a tool, not a crutch, and you'll open doors to opportunities that most people never take advantage of. Now here's a tough pill to swallow. Your job alone will never make you wealthy, no matter how high your salary is. Why? Because earned income is the most heavily taxed income there is. The more you make, the more the government takes. And beyond taxes, there's a bigger issue. If your only income comes from your job, you're stuck in a cycle of trading time for money. The second you stop working, the money stops too. That's not freedom. That's a financial treadmill. This is something that wealthy people understand, and that's why they focus on building income-producing assets, investments like real estate and businesses. These are income streams that don't depend on your hours. A rental property is going to keep paying you whether you're working or on vacation. Dividends from stocks roll in while you sleep. A business can generate profits even when you step away. This is how wealth is built, by creating systems that make money without your constant effort. So here's the challenge. Start thinking beyond your paycheck. Ask yourself, how can you create passive income streams? Could you start investing in index funds? Buy a rental property? Build a solo business that grows beyond you? The sooner you start, the sooner you'll stop relying solely on your job and start building true financial freedom. Let's be honest, budgeting sounds great in theory, but most people don't stick to it. You write down your expenses, make a plan, and then life happens. You overspend, unexpected bills pop up, and that perfect budget, out the window. That's why wealthy people don't rely strictly on budgets. They rely on money systems. Systems take the guesswork out of managing your money so you don't have to rely on willpower every month. So here's what that looks like. Automate your savings and investing first, before you even touch your spending money. Use the 70-20-10 rule. 70% for living expenses, 20% for savings and investments, and 10% for giving or debt payoff. And separate your accounts for different purposes, like one for bills, one for savings, and one for investments. That way, your spending money never bleeds into your savings. When your money flows through a system, you're building wealth on autopilot. A system is greater than willpower every time. You don't have to track every penny or stress over every purchase when you've already set up a plan that works in the background. The right systems make saving, investing, and spending simple. And simplicity is what keeps you consistent. That's how you win with money. Most people's finances seem fine until something goes wrong. A job loss, a medical bill, a busted water heater, and suddenly you're scrambling. Without an emergency fund, these unexpected expenses often lead to credit card debt, loans, and a spiral that's hard to recover from. The scary truth, you're one crisis away from financial disaster if you're not prepared. That's why having an emergency fund isn't just a good idea, it's a non-negotiable. Aim to save 3 to 6 months of living expenses in a high-yield savings account, where your money stays safe but still earns a little growth. And here's the key. Don't touch it unless it's truly an emergency. Treat your emergency fund like insurance for your future self. Because when life throws you a curveball, this fund becomes your lifeline. It keeps you out of debt, reduces stress, and gives you the confidence to handle whatever comes your way. Now let me know which of these truths hits home for you. Are you already building an emergency fund, or is this your wake-up call? Drop a comment below and let me know. And if this is helping you think differently about money so far, hit that like button so more people can see this and take control of their finances too. Here's a simple truth. If your money isn't growing, it's shrinking. Inflation makes sure of that. Every year, your cash buys a little less than the year before, which means that saving alone won't cut it. This is why the wealthy people invest consistently, because they know money loses value over time if it's just sitting there. The good news is, you don't need to be a stock picking expert to start building wealth. Index funds, real estate, and other simple investments can grow your money without constant management. Think about this. If you start investing just $100 a month into an index fund with an average of 8% return, in 20 years you'll have over $55,000. And that's with only $24,000 of your own money invested. That's the power of compound growth. The earlier you start, the harder your money works for you. And the best part is, you don't need a fortune to begin. Consistency beats perfection every time. To take that a step further, I recently did a video on how $5 a day can enable you to retire a millionaire that I encourage you to watch. Open a brokerage account today and invest $100 a month into a low-cost index fund. It's simple, it's hands-off, and over time, it can completely change your financial future. Your future self will thank you. Building wealth takes time, and that's exactly why most people never get there. The first few years of saving and investing can feel frustratingly slow. You're putting money away, but the growth, barely noticeable. And that's where most people make the biggest mistake. They quit. They pull their money out, stop investing, or give up because they don't see instant results. But the truth is, wealth isn't built overnight. It's built by staying consistent long enough for compound growth to kick in. Think of it like a snowball rolling down a hill. At first, it's small and slow, but as it keeps rolling, it grows bigger and faster. The same thing happens with your money. The longer you stay in the game, the more momentum you build, and that's when you start seeing massive growth. But only if you stick with it. The secret to building real wealth isn't about perfect timing or quick wins. It's about patience and consistency. Remember this, the goal isn't to get rich quick. It's to get rich for sure. Stay the course, trust the process, and let time and consistency do the heavy lifting for you. At the end of the day, building wealth isn't about knowing every stock tip or chasing the next big investment trend. It's about mastering the fundamentals and sticking with them. Save wisely, invest consistently, manage debt strategically, and set up systems that make handling your money simple. Most importantly, stay in the game long enough for momentum to build. Wealth doesn't happen overnight, but with patience and discipline, it's absolutely within your reach. Most people never learn these money truths, but now that you know them, you have a choice. You can keep doing what everyone else does, or you can start playing the money game the smart way. If any of these money truths hit home for you, don't just sit on this knowledge, take action. Start that emergency fund, open that investment account, or set up an automatic savings system today. And remember, you don't have to do this alone. This channel is here to guide you and support you every step of the way. Remember, take control of your money so your money doesn't control you. Now, if you found this video eye-opening, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who you think needs to hear it. And if you want more practical, no-nonsense advice on building wealth and securing your financial future, check out this video here. And also, please make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.